live through my character.
Cool. Let me see. One more. Throughout the novel, there are references to flowers and plants, of course. For example, in chapter 4, there's the reference to lilies at Jesse's wedding. How did you prepare to weave plants and flowers into the novel?
Well, all the stories always start from just a little spark, and the spark for me was the red dirt road, the setting, but also I just had in my head the idea of this woman who owns a flower shop. And again, I really think I just sort of live out dreams that I know will never happen in my life. I just sort of put my characters in those situations, and I had this little flower shop in my head before I even really knew how I was going to write the story. I just had all these images, and I knew I wanted this woman to be on her own, not married, single woman, and really throwing her life into her mom and her daughter and her shop. And I learned a whole lot about flowers through this. I did a lot of research on even a little bit of the meanings of some of the flowers, and I think some of that showed up quotes. What different flowers that people put in bouquets, what they signify, and I don't know. I just think the garden life metaphors are really interesting, and I feel like I learned a lot about it, even though I'm not putting my hands in the soil all the time. So yeah, I think maybe in another life I could have with nursery myself, but there's a little place in Homewood called Sweet Peas, and that played into it a little because they have the little shop they had like the greenhouse, but they also have the little house, the little shop, and I kind of had that in my head a little bit of where Gus puts all her little pies out on the tables and big barrels of flowers. I just made it as charming as I could because it was just a place I was living in my head for a while.